Hey gang, Marty Bostic with Freelance Marketing Group here again with another SMS training video. In the last video, we talked about the messages function, sending out a bulk SMS message using message templates and the use of short links. And today, we're actually going to skip over the voice broadcast feature because we don't really offer that to our members. It's just a built-in function if you had voice credits. But in this particular case, we're going to start going through the meat of this whole system under the tools area. So this is where all the really cool stuff happens. With our platform, a little bit of housekeeping real quickly. If you are not a member of our text message system, our whole platform is all inclusive. Everything you see here you're able to use. You can do polls, contests, you can send out birthday wishes, bulk SMS messages, you can manage all of your contacts, schedule appointment reminders, the list goes on. If you'd like to see a full list of all the features, you can go back to the first video in this playlist. But the housekeeping real quickly, if you have not created an account, feel free to use the link below in the description underneath this video. So feel free to do that. Take a look. Just do that once we get done with the video, and just stay focused for a few minutes. Today we're actually going to cover polls, contests, loyalty programs, kind of like punch cards, and birthday reminders. And in the following video, we will get into the mobile page builder because it's actually going to take up the whole time of the video. So we try and keep these videos within 15 minutes. We try and keep them consumable and bite-sized chunks for you. So we're going to dive right in. I went ahead and got some of these things ready before the broadcast today. So I went ahead and created an example poll. Okay, and we're going to use a Google Voice, an entire Google Voice here for us to work with. Actually, I've got a junk coupon. You got to love this, guys. So let me get rid of that. All right, so here's a text message that came from our platform which covers some of the things we're going to talk about in just a moment. So the reason I'm using a Google Voice example is so that you can see the text messages being sent and received, and you can see that two-way communication happening just as if it were a subscriber on a mobile device. Okay, so the polls, if you were to create a poll, in this particular case I made one that which do you like better? I just picked Google or Disney. I'm actually going to which is better? I'm actually going to shorten this up a little bit. Google, Disney, CNN, or eBay. That way I can cover all the options. But you get 4 options in a poll, and an option would be a question in the survey. So you can put that option A is actually, I've got all these swapped around right now, but anyway, you get the idea. You can have 4 options in the survey. So once these options are presented to someone, all they have to do is respond with a single letter of A, B, C, or D to cast their response to the poll. Now, what's really powerful about this feature that you might not have considered yet is if you're a list builder. So we do a ton of email marketing with our company. We manage a lot of email campaigns for our clients, and some of the things we do with polls within our platform is we will segment their list. So if someone came in through a simple text message keyword and they joined their mobile subscriber list, that's one type of lead that you have in a mobile connection. We haven't gotten them into email yet, but our plan here is to figure out what list they really belong in before we ever even stick them in our email list. Okay, so I might ask somebody, let's take a client example for a moment. She offers coaching, she offers financial counseling, she offers a few other services, but in this particular thing, what we did is we sent out a poll and asked, which service are you most interested in? So she already had them as a mobile subscriber, so we sent the poll out to her readers, and we asked them, which service are you most interested in? Personal coaching was the option A here, okay, and the next was financial planning and advising. That was option B, and we did a couple of others. But what we actually had were lead capture pages with a targeted lead magnet to give someone something of value. So when they selected that option, they went and got something pertaining to personal coaching on how to select a good personal coach. Okay, and it had her picture there and had everything set up in the lead magnet. And then what happened was, and a lead magnet, in case you're wondering, is something that you're offering to entice someone to provide their email address to you. So at this point, all we have is a mobile subscriber. So what we did is we created a list specifically with an email series around everything about that person's personal coaching. Okay, so what happened was they went to that lead magnet. They got a free guide on how to select the best personal coach, things you should consider, and then they were indoctrinated into that person's email list around someone interested in coaching. Okay, and then the other option around financial planning, we gave them a free guide on budgeting and some other information, and then we put them into a list specifically around that area of interest. So you see the power of this. You're able to directly get someone straight into the correct email list instead of having to let them get in there and you send out broadcast emails and try and survey them later. You can do this with a simple one letter response to get that started. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So I've already sent this poll out, so I'm going to show you what it looks like on the other end. So what happened was it came across and said, which do you like better, Google or Disney at the time? So then I went through and I filled in all the options. Should have been 4 options, but I went through there and I filled them in for the example. So which do you like, A, B, C, or D? So all you had to do was respond. Okay, so I responded with this one with the letter B. And then I went through and took 2 other mobile devices and cast a few other responses. But you can see the custom autoresponder that came back that I had set up for that specific response. So you can have a custom response for every survey answer. Okay, so coming back here, the poll results, let me show you what it looked like. Once you have gotten your responses back from people with the polls, you could see that I got 1 that voted A and 2 that voted B. So you can see the results of it, but you've also sent them down a path specifically targeted for their area of interest if that's how you set up your poll. So moving on, let's talk about contests for a moment. Now, I've not sent the contest out yet, but let me give you a breakdown of how it works. So if you wanted to run a contest, you could set up a keyword for the contest with a brief autoresponder up to 180 characters, I believe. Anyway, you could set that up where you tell someone what you're actually. I told you wrong. Let's make sure we got this right. Yeah, so 160 characters. All right, so you would put a custom autoresponder message in of what you would want to go out for this particular contest. We have received your entry for the contest. And you might say you will be notified of the results. And what would happen is you would send the contest out. You would choose the subscribers you're going to send it to. Only 1 entry is allowed per subscriber. Something we could send out. And then if you click send, it would go out to your subscribers. And what would happen is they would, to get entered in the contest, they would simply text the keyword contest in this particular example. Okay. It could be, you can have as many contests as you want. So this particular one, let's say it was maybe it was some discount just for 24 hours only. Maybe somebody's gonna they're gonna get a custom coupon that's gonna get them 50% off their next purchase. So it might be 50 off is the keyword for the contest. But anyway, the entries get collected. Once you have the entries collected, when you're ready to announce a winner, you literally just say pick winner, and it will go pick one from the people that have entered, and it will send them an email automatically telling them. And when you get ready to pick a winner, of course I've not sent anybody in as an entry yet, but if you were to do this, what would happen is you could go through there and put a custom message to tell the winner and one to tell the losers. Okay, so everybody gets notified if you choose to do it that way, and they'll be notified whether they won or they didn't. But it's a great way to keep people engaged and keep a loyal subscriber base. So we got a few more minutes left. We're going to move right along here into the SMS loyalty programs. Everyone knows what punch cards are like. So you go to a restaurant somewhere, maybe you get a card punched, a loyalty card, you get it punched 4 times. On your 5th one, your meal's free. Okay, So in this particular case, I set up a demonstration where the construct of this punch card, this is a virtual punch card system. So this is just like it would be if you had a paper punch card, and you choose when you're going to run this promotion. So I started it today, and I'm going to let it end on the 29th. And what's going to happen is this list, okay, this is the list it's pulling from. It's actually going to send 4 punch codes out. Okay, so every day a new punch code will get sent out automatically to this list. So here's the punch code for day 1, 78L4E7. Now, if someone were to text the keyword meal, okay, they can find out how many points they've accrued, and you can customize these messages and use tokens for their name and their status. You can do this any way you like, okay? So you can let them see. You could even take a multimedia message, attach an image, and give them some virtual representation of a punch card. So just to show you how this works, I have entered as a participant, so you can see, hi John Doe, you now have, I texted the actual punch card code. Hi John Doe, you now have 1 point. You're 1 step closer to your free meal. Well, if I were to send the keyword meal, now it says, hi John Doe, you have 1 out of 4 points. Keep going, you're almost there. So this, this subscriber could check and see how many they've got left. Maybe they're getting ready to go out to lunch with some friends, and they wanted, they knew they were going to get a free meal for one of them. So, it's a good way to do some crowdsourcing to pull some people into your restaurant, or however you would like to use your loyalty codes. But it's basically just a virtual representation of a punch card you would take, a physical punch card you would take into an establishment. So this is probably the most common example using meals or some kind of rewards card, but it's a very powerful feature. It's all interactive, it's self-guided, and you can actually have as many of these as you want. So, within the punch card system, I could look at any time, I could see who my participants are, and actually I can find out how many have redeemed their punch cards. So this guy might have 4 already, so I know his next one is going to be, it's going to be free. Okay, so moving on, the very last thing I want to talk about in this video are birthday SMS wishes. Now, I've not configured it in the profile for this demonstration account, but if you wanted to automatically poll for someone's birthday, and that would be tied to their contact record, okay, automatically, you can come underneath your profile, and I'm going to pause the video for just a moment to make sure I don't have any sensitive information in my profile. Okay, I'm back now. So actually, you go under settings, you go under your account name in the very upper right, not your profile, you would click on settings. And when you get there, you'll see several options you can set. One of them is birthday capture. Okay, if you turn this on, what's going to happen as soon as someone subscribes, we're going to ask them a couple of things. You can actually ask for their name and their email. I like to leave that off because I like to gather that information later. And it uses up a text message credit every time you send and receive something within the system. So if you were to turn on birthday capture, if you wanted to get their birthday, you could turn that on, save your settings, and what would happen is every time somebody came in as a new subscriber, it would ask them for their birthday and tell them that they get we would like to know what your birthday is so we can wish you a happy birthday later, that type of thing. So what would happen is you could define a birthday SMS wish, and you can have as many as you want, configured how you want. You could do it in advance where you say this is going to happen, I want this to happen a couple of days in advance, or you can say the day of and you can wish them happy birthday. You might even send them a virtual card that comes out in it. So you get the idea. It's a very cute little feature. It's helpful. Some people use it, some people don't. So in the next video, this is actually all the time we have today. In our next one, we're going to cover the mobile landing page, mobile page builder. And it's a really powerful tool built in, so you don't have to use an external tool to create a mobile splash page. So again, if you will look in the description down below, you will see a link to sign up if you've not already created your account. If you do have an account, hopefully these videos are helpful, and you can find them all organized in the playlist on our channel. So this is Marty Bostic with Freelance Marketing Group. I hope you have a great day.